Joel Greenberg, known by many people to be Matt Gaetz' wingman, according to a court filing this week, has been cooperating with federal investigators and state investigators and other investigators, providing information about multiple people of interest to the various entities doing all of this investigation. And as we all know, Greenberg has repeatedly had his sentencing delayed because he has been such a good little cooperating witness. And time is coming. His cooperation is, of course, coming to an end. He will be sentenced in August, so a little over a month away before he heads to prison for up to 12 years, because he only had to plead guilty to 6 crimes instead of the 30 some odd that they had originally gotten him on. But here's what's interesting. The reports about this story make it clear that nope, Matt Gaetz has of course not been named in any of the court filings, including the 84-page one that they had this week, but neither has literally anybody else that he is cooperating against. In fact, that part is of course under seal, so we don't know who Greenberg has been cooperating against. Obviously, there is multiple people, as these new court filings tell us, but we don't know if it's Matt Gaetz or if it's anybody else. But here's the thing, we do have some inklings that it could be Matt Gaetz. Because, as I said, there's multiple different groups of investigators that Greenberg has been cooperating with. One of them happens to be the United States Department of Justice. The United States Department of Justice are the ones carrying out the investigation into Matt Gaetz. As of right now, we do not know if the DOJ is investigating any of these other individuals, but if they were, since we know they're investigating Matt Gaetz, right, it does seem like something we would know. But in the court filing, it makes it clear as day. Here, I'll read it. Mr. Greenberg has been cooperating with federal prosecutors in active investigations currently being conducted by the United States Attorney's Office in the Middle District of Florida and the Department of Justice in Washington, D.C., as well as in other jurisdictions. So he's working with the DOJ. We know the DOJ is going after Matt Gaetz, but we don't know if they're going after anybody else, of course. Again, if they were, that's probably something that would have already been revealed, right? I mean, if we know they're going after Matt Gaetz, why do we not know that they're going after other individuals? Maybe they're not. Maybe they're only going after Matt Gaetz. And if that is the case, then I would be willing at this point to say that it is most likely, not a definite, I'll give it a most likely though, that Matt Gaetz is probably screwed. Here's the fun part about all of this. Most of what has happened is under seal. Right? They're doing it to protect potential witnesses. They're doing it to avoid anybody fleeing, knowing that, oh my God, they're coming after me. But Greenberg is going to be sentenced in August unless they decide to do another extension, which I don't see likely as happening. Even this filing kind of made it clear, like, yeah, we're wrapping up. We're going to submit these other few things. Then you can sentence him. Well, see, Matt Gaetz' primary is actually in August as well. And his primary is likely going to happen prior to Greenberg's sentencing. So Gaetz will have his primary, he is going to win, and he will be the official Republican candidate for my district here. And then Greenberg is going to be sentenced. Now, the Greenberg sentencing really doesn't matter to Matt Gaetz, right? Because he's not Greenberg. What does matter, though, is once all of this information is gathered, and prosecutors and investigators are done with Greenberg, do you know what comes next? The indictments. Once Greenberg is secured in a federal prison, the indictments will be coming down. That's how this works. They don't want to make a move on anybody just yet because they don't want to scare off anybody. They don't want to scare off, potential targets. They don't want to scare off witnesses. It's all going to come out at once. And it's probably going to happen after Matt Gaetz' primary, which means at that point, Republicans are screwed and they're stuck with somebody who could be under federal indictment on the ballot in Florida's 1st District, meaning this place that's voted Republican since JFK ran in 1960. they're at risk of losing this district if, and only if, Matt Gaetz ends up being one of the people that Greenberg has cooperated against. And of course, all the available evidence seems to suggest that yes, Matt Gaetz is a target. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.